Katya and Trixie. Yes. The stars of
And Michael McDonald.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
Wow.
Now, you were commenting on the Go to Bed Wigs earlier.
What Go to Bed Wigs?
The Go to Bed Wigs, the band.
Oh, yes, thank you. On our far right, we have Detox.
Yeah,
She's doing her mannequin number right now.
And out of drag watching is Chi Chi Devane on the far corner.
She's playing a Sousa tubaphone.
A woman of many talents.
Many talents.
Detox, I feel like your performance is stiff.
I've had it.
Can you shake it and say, I've had it?
I'm so over this shit bullshit. I've had it.
That's her. That might as well be her.
Yeah.
Officially.
Officially.
Yeah.
Well, the Wonder Twin powers activate. The duo. Now, we didn't necessarily see it coming on your season. You guys weren't always like together on your season, but you guys have become like a super fan favorite duo.
No, we were engineered in the studio.
Were you?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we were friends, but I think we bonded in that, A, we weren't shown talking ever on screen ever.
That would be like actually real friends who were like legitimately scared in the moment.
But B, we were just afraid. We were convinced we were both going home every single day at every moment.
Yeah.
And then afterward on the phone, we talked all the time.
Yeah.
So we were like, so, well, now that we've ruined our careers, what do we do? Like, it was like...
Yeah, there was that like commiseration, and also like she has, when she was gone, a sense of humor was gone. That is like, if you know somebody like, oh, like, you know, they get it, they get irony, they get, you know, this, that, and the other thing. And then you don't have that friend that won't get your jokes, and you just kind of feel lonely.
Yeah, I can imagine it.
Well, I'm not talking about you.
Like
It's my friend. Yeah.
I'm talking about my friend Maureen.
Yeah.
She's not available.
Yeah, she passed.
She wasn't there either. Yeah.
Yeah, no. But it was, yeah, and we just like, we get each other. Kind of get more than, it's not just more than just drag, but we just get comedy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still trying.
I think our top 4 took it a certain amount of serious that the 5 and 6 placeholders did not. So,
well, more irreverent, I suppose.
And we went home like back to back. We both just missed what would have been the top 4 or whatever. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And what was the genesis of
Well, they were like, we want to do a show, and then they were like, what do you want to call it? And then we said our first episode would be, we decide what to call it. So that's when we decided, And then they were like, you can't call it that because no one knows how to spell it.
Well, she still doesn't know how.
And they were like, no one knows how to spell it. How will they search for it? Cut to 3 weeks later, I was like, really, it has more views than Untucked. I think people can find it.
Yeah.
Oh, and now.
I will not be told what to do. I think we relate in a way that we work really well on our toes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys
Ballet
do the
toes,
show of the ballet toes.
Yeah, my point is sickening. But it's a post-verbal romp through like every major theme that affects the human condition.
Yeah, I watched every episode.
We love, it's up to 40 episodes, I think.
Yeah.
And we love watching it because honestly, we make it all up as we go. So when we watch it, I don't know if this is sociopathic, we find it hilarious because we don't remember saying any of it.
Right,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, there's the...
It's new to us too.
Yeah, when you're riding the thrilling wave of the moment. And also have like the very skilled 4 hands of 2 very dazzlingly talented editors.
Our editors, back moment for our editors.
Yeah. So it's a little gift you open up every time.
It absolutely is.
We don't always land it. And they
I
create a lot
frequently
of the
don't.
punchlines with those visuals. And we think the magic is our editors, Chris and Ron, they're 2 straight guys. So they're not reaching for the gay joke or the Drag Race reference. They're just giving you what's funny in general.
Yeah.
So the visuals they do are really just like kind of slapsticky, but they work because we're idiots. So.
And it has this strange thing where it probably will only make sense to us and like really rabid fans that you can see this sort of like unspoken dialogue take place over the course of episodes between either me or her and an editor. Do you know what I mean? Like, so for example, like once we catch on to what they usually do with the show once we've taped it, then we anticipate their move on. Do you know what I'm saying?
Their take on what they're going to do with what we just said.
Right,
Yeah,
when you
and
do
then
like combo
and then they thwart us.
They thwart us.
Yeah, they
Right.
thwart us or thwart us
Yeah.
or like do something different. It's just really cool.
And you've been talking to them on the phone direct
Well, now we've
from
been
the thing
calling them.
lately.
We have them on call at all times.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I have to reel this in.
Yeah. Sometimes I have to reel my
the ends of your wig. But we'll do, I think it works because she looks like a normal human adult. She's a fucking psychopath. And I look
Michelle
like a
Pfeiffer.
big bird. But I think I'm a little more.
You're very but
So in
you're
the
a very
middle, we
classic,
cross.
down to earth, very reasonable person who's very funny and like straightforward. And I feel like I'm just a woman who's
You're almost
struggling
the
between
straight
3
man in
jobs.
it.
I am the straight, yeah.
Because it's almost like an improv class where they give you a suggestion. Your mind is so psychotic and random. You are constantly giving the suggestions, unasked for.
Well, always unsolicited. Yeah. But life is hard, and I know how to do it.
When? When are you gonna start?
It's theoretical knowledge.
I feel like we're on one of those shows where like you bring me out to tell me you've cheated on me.
What do you want me to tell you? I can confess. I have a laundry list of confessions ready to roll.
Go for it.
Remember when I told you about that thing that I'd never tell you?
Remember when I never told you about the thing I never told you about?
Yeah.
Well,
Still won't.
I still won't tell you. Yeah.
No, it's cool. It's and I think it's like the thing I like about it is that well, two things. One, it's not exclusively about drag.
Listen closely.
And then two, it's when after the ashes have been long scattered, when I get sick of the urn, I've killed her, obviously. I'll look back at the whole series and be like, oh, that was a lovely relationship that just grew and developed over the course of how many years.
Which
know what I
is
mean?
2.
Huh?
2 years
What?
of their friendship.
That's just it? That's it? 2 years
Yeah,
only?
I think so.
But the show might last longer than 2 years.
Okay.
Probably not.
I have another conversation to have with you. No, but my favorite thing about it is, on Drag Race, you're a small piece in a moving puzzle. And on our YouTube series, which is available on the World Wonder Network,
Yes, it is.
we are
Free
in
of
charge.
charge.
I
For
feel
free.
Yeah.
Free, by the way, free.
I don't know how you feel about it. I feel more proud of it because on Drag Race, I'm a small piece, but in our show, we are creatively, we did it. Is all of it we think is funny. We're proud of all of it.
Yeah.
I
Oh, and
feel-
also like the stuff. I always forget that people really, really get into how we look. I always look amazing, so I don't really worry about that.
Okay. At home or
At home, yeah. So there's lots of again layers. It's a layered experience of treats and.
just
Treats and delights. All right, now things are gonna bring the drama. Adam,
yeah,
give me some
when are we gonna
dramatic
throw people
music.
under the bus? I'm here to win.
I'm not sure
We're
people I still
about
got
to
it.
get into a new feature where we ask some of the queens on Reddit
Ooh.
some questions
Q&A.
that they were dying to ask you.
Oh, this is great.
Hello,
So-
Reddit. We never read you, except we do all the time.
No, I'm pretty good nowadays.
Yeah, not reading it or reading it?
Not reading it.
Yeah,
no.
it's not hella good for your health.
The thing is, I did stop reading for a while because the truth is, it's not for us.
No, it's
No,
not for us.
for them.
Yeah, it's for them.
So we
we're
shouldn't even be
encroaching
on
upon
it.
their space.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
they love you very much, and they have some
Yeah.
very nosy questions.
Perfect.
In our new segment called
Ooh, you shady bitch.
Thank you. All right, so let's get going with these questions. Oh, that is shady and interesting. Katya,
Yeah.
can you finally put it to rest? Is Ginger Minge your best friend? Because I think we all noticed that there was a lot of mentioning, God bless, I love Ginger, but there was a lot of like, my best friend Katya,
Yeah, yeah.
my best friend Katya, and we never heard you be like, me and my best friend Ginge.
Yeah. Well, my personality disorder forbids me from having a best friend in the conventional sense of the term. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't have any best friend. I think she was just trying to she was trying to use my body.
Do you know when you're Michelle, but your friend's Beyonce?
She's
what I mean?
Latavia. No, I'm just kidding.
But you know how Roxy Andrews lent out a tank top to stay in the competition?
Yeah.
Ginger Minge stole a person to stay in the competition. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I mean, the thing is that yeah, there you go.
Okay.
I only have one best friend, and that person has long been dead. They weren't even really alive to begin with, so you figure it out.
Okay, all right. Katya, has Katya done anything that she looks back on and thinks, damn, that was too fucking weird?
Weird? No. I don't think I'm weird. I know that people think I'm weird, but that's just because I'm a woman.
A real biological, beautiful woman.
Right, but weird, I would say weird, let me just say weird if you don't get it. If nobody gets it, then I probably didn't get it either. But then that's fun.
What about the episode of our show where you were wearing a winter hat, cheerleading top, hairy belly, men's underwear, hairy legs?
That's just, that was on purpose though.
That's true.
It was intentionally disruptive
curated.
because I felt like at the time people were like really fixated on the brown lip liner and not on the riveting discourse that was spewing from my unintelligible mouth hole.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it really, game changer in my view.
What do you think is the most interesting or remarkable thing about the other Brian
I would
that
like
we
to
may
go
not
first.
know about?
Two things, a boy and a drag thing. The boy thing I think is really incredible and that you probably take for granted is that he has a goiter. I mean, you can't even really see it. No, I'm just kidding. No, he's very he's like an old school romantic, and is often to a fault straightforward to a fault. There's no pretense. There's no pretense. There's no weird Hollywood fakeness, if you will. I don't even know, you know. And then in drag, it's just a garbage scene.
Okay.
Okay.
Something you wouldn't know about this, Brian, is gosh. Well, everybody knows you smoke a lot.
I think that we should call Ginger. Just kidding.
Something I think about Katya is interesting is she's always looking at drag from the other side. Like she's always not looking at it from our angle or from
a dead
audience's angle. She's looking at it from crossing over John Edwards, the other side.
Yeah.
But she's always thinking about how drag is influenced by culture and how culture is being influenced by drag. And she's always thinking about, like you always talk about whether or not it's going in a good direction, bad direction based on drag becoming too referential of itself,
right, or
culture
militarized.
becoming too used to drag, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
And as a boy, she doesn't like to shower at all. That's not a joke.
I don't enjoy the process.
She doesn't like, her ideal world, I think you would shower maybe twice a week.
No, I would say just eliminate all water.
Yeah, she hates showering.
Oh.
I'm an earth sign.
All right. Trixie, what is your favorite wig of Katya's? And Katya, what is your least favorite wig of Trixie's?
I'm still waiting to see my favorite Katya wig.
You know what? Keep them wanting more. Right. I take that approach to my friendships.
You know what I'm always a fan of? I'm a fan of her downing a Red Bull, looking in the mirror, taking one of her wigs, and pinning about 6 other wigs to it in the moment, and then that's her choice.
Well, that's effort too. Yeah.
Like when, my favorite wig of all time was your fucking bang reveal on Drag Race.
Oh, good, okay.
That was the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, thanks.
That was amazing.
Wasn't that the funniest thing you've ever seen? Well, it was so dumb.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Lady Red, you love a bang reveal too, don't you?
Well, you know.
Bang into the reveal.
That was my favorite.
Yeah. My favorite one from hers is definitely the one she wore at DragCon last year. It was incredible.
Right, the gigantic
7 wigs all
20-pound
together.
wonder.
Because drag is about, you know, pain and it's about sacrifice. And she sacrificed a lot that day for her country.
Well, they wanted to know what your least favorite wig of
Your least
Trixie's
favorite
was.
wig of mine.
Oh gosh, that's hard. I like all your wigs. Probably the one that you wear when you sleep.
Oh, okay. Your fuck wig.
Her sleeping wig is very, very controversial.
Yeah. That DragCon wig was so heavy
Incredible.
that I got a migraine and I threw up at DragCon.
Oh,
Yeah.
honey, that's
Sacrifice.
brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, what
so
is
this
our-
year, no puke. Let's hope.
Fingers crossed.
This year I'm gonna wear like the yarmulke of hair. Like what? I tried too hard last year.
Yeah.
Do you guys plan on doing a Trixia traveling tour?
We've done it.
We've done a few countries and we've done a few things together.
And
Yeah.
like on the road together, not like a proper like we'll create a thing that, because I don't know. At least at this point, I think our chemistry is most volatile when it's improvised. So
Right, you don't need to
because
act it out too
you're
much.
great at writing and telling jokes, and I'm good at
She
finding
shows up.
fossils. Yeah, no. And so it's like her classic talent and my archaeology. You can't go wrong.
Yeah. It's challenging though because gay bars are only so big, and either one of us kind of like we max out a gay bar by 10 p.m. So us together, people end up lining up outside and never get to see us because
Yeah.
the room's not
Right.
big enough. So it's like.
But then again, why have one when you can have two twice the price?
Yeah.
If you guys had to lip sync for your life against each other, which song would you choose? And they're predicting that you're gonna choose Tatiana same parts, Katya.
No, because I would wipe the floor with her.
That would never. I would just never win.
How about 100% Pure Love by Crystal Waters?
No.
No. Oh, Jolene.
Or Jolene. Or a Russian Barbie girl and an American Barbie girl.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that
Dueling
would be
Barbie
good.
girls.
Doing, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would never win, as we've seen.
No, no, because it's all
Hey, you lost three lip syncs last year.
Oh, worst lip syncer ever. Yeah, and that's okay.
And that's okay.
I'm vulnerable.
4 now if you count our season.
Yeah.
So you get off your fucking high horse. I'm just kidding.
Now you said before that you felt like because it wasn't an elimination challenge that you kind of were like,
It doesn't.
it's
The
all
pressure's
right.
off.
But you didn't win any of that money. That was the only thing.
No, but then I end up getting money from
yeah,
You know.
you won the $66,000.
It all comes. You know.
It does.
It all. You know. Karma, whatever.
Let's see. What else? These questions, Reddit, I've got to admit, these are good questions.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
They're the best people to. They're like a
They're very
market study
involved.
of people who love drag as much as us.
Yeah.
They know everything like we don't.
Yeah.
Besides both having the name Brian, are there any significant things you guys have in common?
Unflappable resolve in the face of adversity.
That is a good thing.
That is.
Yeah. Great necks.
You know, I think we both really like alternative comedy.
Yeah.
We like people who take strong
We both
approaches.
love Maria Bamford.
Yeah, we love Maria Bamford to the bone.
To the bone.
And I like people who are funny, but I also like people with a strong sense of individuality.
Individual.
Individual. Yeah.
I like people who are funny with their own comedic voice, which is why I like this idiot. They do it in their own way.
Yeah, and we also, so you're still 27?
Yes, I am.
And I'm 34, and 3 + 4 is 7. I don't know what to do with the 2, but you figure it out.
Well said. You two are beautiful individuals.
Thank you.
Individual.
What's the temperature of the workroom?
Tense.
The temperature.
Emotional or
is
regular?
10 degrees feels like 500.
Well, Rue is a sweater, which I relate to very much
She's
so.
just a cable knit sweater.
in the shape of a tall man. I know, but she loves it frigid. Because especially in drag, even out of drag, so I was very grateful for that because that was like the only thing I was worried about.
Right, there'd be too
Sweating.
hot. Sweating.
There were a lot of other stuff to worry about.
It's been so long since I was on a televised drag show, I barely remember. Next question.
Okay. Well, here's a dramatic one. I'm interested to know if Katya still struggles with addiction. I know she smokes weed, but wonder if being in clubs performing every night with a high level accessibility, does she struggle?
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's not the proximity to it that is the struggle. It's the circumstances around it that sort of prohibit me from developing really solid patterns. Like for example, I had no problem with addiction stuff when I was doing Ashtanga yoga every day for 2 hours in the morning and then had a very small, manageable life.
Right.
But yeah, it's hard. I still smoke. I smoke weed a lot. It's tough because sometimes you think you can get support from people who are very supportive, like fans or whatever.
Right.
That was a naive, stupid mistake. Wasn't even a mistake, but assumption. And it's tough.
What
but,
happened? What was the thing that happened that was like where you thought you could get support from the fans?
Well, like I thought that the accountability and because I was like, I felt very self-conscious about going public with it on the show because it just happened. And I was like, but maybe this will be good because it'll hold me accountable. Oh, girl, please.
Right.
That it doesn't work
Is everybody
that way.
gonna be like, girl, we could always go behind the police and do whatever?
Oh, totally. And the thing is that with me, it's like I had to stop like trying to convince people that I was sober, not sober, or whatever, because I actually, at my highest level of functioning without any narcotics or whatever, illegal substances, I act like a twisted crackhead. Mama, when you don't see me, that's when you should be worried.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because she's down in the basement in a wheelbarrow, like, that's the actual reality of like a real drug addict.
If she doesn't return our text, you get worried, and then if she does return it, and it's like a picture of her with someone's nuts in her mouth, I'm like, oh, she's fine.
Yeah.
She's still really good.
But if I'm in a
totally
field alone and you see half a sunset and like a blurry eye, that's like, oh God, she's.
But what I've learned is not a straight line, and to work in this industry is insane. So.
Yeah, nothing is really. I mean, girl, time is a flat circle, honey.
How do you work in this industry and then not even develop a substance problem?
I mean, especially when it's
They're
plane to
encouraged.
nightclub,
This is the
plane to
industry that
nightclub. That's
creates
pretty hard.
problems for people.
And also, girl, Liza, Bob Fosse, what do you think they did? Oh, they popped speed. Speed,
Yeah.
speed, hey, ha, Ann Miller. It's just all day.
But they were good dancers.
That doesn't matter.
How do you think they got good?
Seriously.
What's the worst advice you've both ever received?
In general?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Just be yourself. And I'll tell you why, though, because I had a joke a little while ago about it. Because if what yourself is shitty, Mama, you gotta change.
You said always be yourself, but first make sure who you are is at least somewhat good.
Yeah.
That's the absolute truth.
Yeah, actively try
Don't
to
be
change.
a piece of garbage and be like, I'm being myself. Like, that's not admirable.
I mean, I think that implies you have to accept who you are before you change it, but that's jury's still out on that.
Also, my favorite advice is famous comedian Ed Murphy says, best advice is don't take anyone's advice.
Oh, there you go.
You have to listen to your
I'm
own
not going to
artistic
take
voice.
that advice. Yeah.
Well,
I almost made a black T-shirt
No,
recently.
worst advice. Worst advice.
Oh, I don't have any bad advice.
Okay.
Nothing bad happens to me, so.
It must be nice, but
Yeah,
that's great.
so like, nothing bad happens to me.
You guys are amazing. And this is probably the best question that we got. Have you already had yours?
Rue, please stop writing in. Okay? We don't have this kind of time.
Yeah. You know, if you want to call us, just use the telephone, you know?
Yeah. I did already had hers, and I'll tell you, they say that shot feels like a Charlie horse. Oh, no, bitch. It's sore for 2 days,
Yeah.
and it gives you diarrhea.
Yeah. I have herpes #2, and that's the truth.
Really, a sim overflowing a toilet? That's the sound. I love that.
I respectfully beg to differ. However, let's move on.
Well, I'm glad to know you already had yours.
Yeah.
Yay! Thank you guys both so much for coming. You guys are amazing. And honey, you've worked it so fiercely on this show that you both snatched new deluxe trophies! You did it! You did it! Yeah! And you both, of course,
West
won
Coast.
a super glamorous. Get ready on your cod piece right there, because
I'm
you guys
ready.
have both won a double lap dance. Yeah! That is good. Don't be shy. Get up. I want them to be pregnant when this shit is done. Come on now. Yeah, Lady Rick. Yes. Trixie's boyfriend's here.
For the camera, I really mean it.
Come on, eat her pussy, kid. Yeah, eat that fucking pussy. That pussy.
San Antonio.
Damn,
Dallas Buyers
Don't forget, everybody, the show doesn't stop. You have to make sure to tune in to the Hey Qween after show. Look at Hall, where the girls will be being shady and fun about all the other girls. Thank you, lap dancers. Thank you. I think their tongues are popped. Their tongues have been popped. Thank you to our audience. Thank you, Adam Joseph, for the Go to Bed Wigs. And thank you, Miss Lady Red. We'll see you next time on
she's got a
Hey
nice
Qween.
tan, too.
Bye, baby.